Hey everybody, Jennifer here with Canvas Sign Designs. I'm never as prepared as I think I am for jumping on here. So sorry I'm a couple of minutes late, but I needed to situate some cameras. As you are jumping on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. Today I'm going to be taking this heart tray that I purchased at Hobby Lobby yesterday. I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought this little wooden tray. It was in the seasonal section, and I thought it would be great to hand letter on it. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Hey Carissa, how are you doing? So I'm gonna take a template here from the Happy Lettering Club. This is one of our templates from this month, and I just love it. And so I am going to hand letter that on this tray, and then I'm going to use this in my house for some Valentine's Day decor. So just trying to work on things that I want for my house, and hopefully it will inspire you to make some stuff for your house. Hey Patty, hey Brenda, hey Lisa. How are y'all doing today? It is cold and rainy here in Texas, and we're going to get rain today. We're going to get rain tomorrow, and I don't want any rain. I don't want any rain. Hey, Michelle. I know this tray is so cute. So Hobby Lobby in the seasonal decor. This was $12.99, half off. So whatever that is, $6.50. Michelle said it's snowing there in Maine. I bet it's so cold too, Michelle. When does your snow stop? Like May or something? I could not live up north because I don't even like the cold weather, like when I have to have it here in Texas. I like it cold, like from Thanksgiving to New Year's. And after New Year's, I'm like, I'm over it. I want spring back. I want it to be warm and pretty, and I'm done with the cold and dreary. I do not do well with it. Brenda said it's 64 and sunny in Georgia today. Oh, that's nice. It's supposed to be sunny here next week. So I am looking forward to that. I think it's going to be like even get up to 70. So super, super excited about that. Sometimes in June you get a straight snowstorm. Gosh. Couldn't do that. I could not do that. It's too cold for too long. Elizabeth said, please send some snow and lots of snow to North Carolina. I don't mind the snow if you can plan to like snuggle up on the couch and stay in, but I don't want it over and over and over. Like, no, thank you. Okay, so I moved my cameras just a wee bit to try to block this light. And I also am going to record this because I wanted to make a little reel out of it. So I got this camera here for that, or my phone for that. So I'm gonna just move these real quick. And then I know Patty, it is so gloomy here today, isn't it? And cold. I feel like it's gotten colder since I went out first thing this morning. Oh yeah, I'm surprised the dogs love the snow. Dogs not like snow. They don't want to go outside. They know. Even the dogs know. Even the dogs know that it's cold and nobody wants to go out there. So I kind of made like a couple little test colors, just trying to decide. I couldn't decide between black and white. I know most of you are going to say do white. And that, is what I'm going to do. But I kind of wanted to do a little bit of black. Sorry, y'all. Just going to get this where it is recording here. All the things that we have to do. I know like black, I just love this color of wood with the black. I think it looks so pretty together, but I know it's not really Valentine's Day colors. So I'll do white. Red doesn't really show up dark enough. Pink doesn't show up dark enough. When you get two colors that are very kind of similar, it makes it hard to see. And so you can see I did pink right there, and it's just, it's just not easy to see. So we are going to do white. So I'm going to get graphite paper. I tested some graphite paper out. This is the kind that is the wax graphite paper. The non-wax white graphite paper, it was not showing up on this particular sign. So sometimes, I mean, I tested the non-wax and the wax yesterday because I got each from Hobby Lobby, and a lot of you have been telling me you have trouble getting your graphite paper to show up on your signs. But so I got one of each. I wanted to test them out, and I found that both of them worked. The non-wax kind worked better on some surfaces, and then on other surfaces you couldn't see it. On this surface you couldn't see it. So I'm going to use the non-wax graphite paper. So I'm thinking I'm coming to the conclusion that maybe it just depends on what brand you use. This is from Hobby Lobby, and theirs seems to work pretty good. I have heard some people say Michael's doesn't work well. Some people have said it works okay. So I don't know. I think it's just maybe the brand and the surface. It just kind of, I guess, depends. So I'm just putting this white shiny side down, the graphite paper shiny side down, and I'm taking this template. This is one of our January templates in the Happy Lettering Club. And so I'm just tracing my pencil over it to transfer this design onto the wood. And then I'll use my paint pen. Hey, Heather, how are you? I'm glad you were able to catch the live. Yay. Yes, Michelle, I will hold it up in just a second so that you can take a little screenshot of the SKU number. Okay, so before I unclamp it, I always want to make sure that it transferred. And look, you can't even see it. You cannot even see it. Maybe I'm going to have to, it worked on the back. It worked on the back. Well, there you go. You see, I think white is just so picky. Let me see if, I think it depends on your surface too. This surface, because it's a sign that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, there could be some sort of a coating on it that is that the transfer paper does not adhere to. So let's do this. Let's try let's try gray and see what kind of results we get with the gray. You could, if you were having trouble with this, take a chalk pencil and go over the back of this design. But I'm curious to see if this is gonna show up. I'll just do this heart real quick. Yeah, you can see that. So I can barely see, where are we? You can barely see that little bitty tiny heart right there. See, I can see a little bit where the white is, but you guys can't see it. It is so faint. I would have to really look for it. So because this is a finicky surface, I guess we're going to use just the gray graphite paper. And I am going to use a white paint pen, but it should be fine. So what I am coming to the conclusion with my research for you guys, because I've been kind of testing out some different graphite papers with white and gray, is that it just depends on the surface. Some work great on some surfaces, and some do not. I tested that on the back. So you can barely tell where the lettering is. So I tested it on the back. You see, I did the same thing on the back of this and it worked out. Well, then it didn't. I mean, you can see it, but it's just very, very, very faint. So white can just be tricky. Let's just know that. It is very light, but what I'm going to do is just take this charcoal pencil here and I'm just going to go over this. And this is just so that you guys can see it as I'm lettering it. And I'll be able to see it a little bit better. So always test your surface. I tested the back. I thought that was good enough, but yeah, sometimes when you buy these signs like at Hobby Lobby that have already been cut, I think they must have some sort of a sealant or something on them, which makes it harder. So now we have the wording on here. You can see. I thought I was gonna get a good result from that paper. Hey, Miss Jennifer. Jumping and freezing. I'm jumping and freezing. I'm sorry. Is anybody else having that problem? Hey, Leanne, tell Jace we said hello and I hope he is feeling good. Hey, Kenneth. I went to school with Kenneth. And back then I was Jenny. Okay, so I'm just going to use a white Posca paint pen. Just shake it up really good. Hey, Miss Trisha. Hey, Colleen. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Let's see. The section, the heart tray. Oh, yeah, and I was going to do this. Okay, so y'all just take a picture of that. You can get that number off the bottom. Can you see that good enough? This section, it was in the Valentine's Day, the seasonal section. So, you know, when you walk into Hobby Lobby and you see all the Valentine's Day stuff, that's where this was. And it's like a little tray. But we're going to use it as a little sign. Okay, so I'm just going to get this white paint pen. So my design is a monoline, meaning it's just got this, you know, the consistent thickness. The thickness is the same. It's just like a single line thickness right here. But I'm going to thicken up these downstrokes. So anywhere my pen runs down, I'm going to thicken that up. Yeah, I saw this and I love the color of the wood, and I thought there's another one that I need to post in my stories or in the groups or on my page or somewhere. I took some pictures of some other signs or other things that I saw at Hobby Lobby that would make good signs. They had right next to this one, they had like a red tray with like some kind of scalloped edges. And I thought like a white scalloped edge. And I thought, oh, that would be such a cute sign. They also had some really cute Easter stuff in the seasonal section. Like some metal carrots that you would put in your yard that I think would be really cute to letter on. All kinds of things. All kinds of really, really cute things. So I'll need to do like another layer of this, but I'm going to let it dry first, and then I'll go back over it. all my Valentine's Day stuff is still in storage. I need to get it out, but it's obviously not going to happen this Valentine's Day season. So I'm feeling like, oh, I need to have a few little Valentine's Day things out that I have made, like on these lives or in my groups. And so I'm going to add this in there in the mix. Do y'all have Valentine's Day decor out, or do y'all just skip it and do spring? Or do you just do Easter, St. Patrick's Day? What do y'all got out right now? Some years my Valentine's Day decor does not make it out. Sometimes it's just depending on what's going on. I love Valentine's Day decor though because I love the colors. So see, anywhere my pen goes down, that's where I want to thicken up those lines. And just know with white, you know, you're going to have to go over it twice. Do this heart here. This would be a really cute door hanger. You could use this template on a door hanger, on a heart shape, so many different things. Leanne's just trying to keep her house clean, she said. Her son just had surgery. So Leanne says, hey, Juanita. Leanne says, so does your paint pen is affected by your white graphite paper or any graphite paper? My graphite flakes as I go over it with the paint pen. Sometimes, yes, Leanne. Sometimes I feel like the wax in the graphite paper almost kind of puts a coating on my paint pen and makes it kind of like hard to write with. That does happen sometimes. Not super often. It mostly happens with white, but it does happen sometimes. That's why, you know, I usually use, you know, for black, I use this marker. And so I don't have any issues at all. I never have that problem with any graphite papers with that marker. But with paint pens, it seems like the tip gets a little bit more finicky, like I said, and kind of have that issue sometimes. So this is why I just really, if I can letter in black, I do, just because it's just so much easier than lettering in white. But then, you know, some things look better in white. My instinct was to paint this black, but it does feel a little, you know, not so much like Valentine's Day when it's black. So when that happens, when I feel like the tip is got like a coating on it or something for the paint pen, sometimes I'll get like a baby wipe and just clean off the tip really well. Sometimes I take it out and flip it over, and sometimes that helps. Just kind of like with the paint pen, like the more the acrylic gets on the tip of the paint pen, the more it will like absorb that and keep that from happening. So Michelle said she has dust. Her motif is dust. I need to clean my house already. You know, we just moved in 2 months ago, and I'm like already walking by the baseboards going, oh my gosh, like this stuff is already needs to be done. I know it was 2 months ago, but the time went by so fast. It's like, oh my gosh, it's already time to like deep clean my house. I feel like we just moved in. No, you're not doing anything wrong. And for those of you, you see this and it looks like, oh my gosh, like it looks flawless. But let's see if you can, you see it's streaky and it needs to be recoated. Just again, so I'm just trying to show you this to show you that up here, it looks different than down here. Down here, it looks like, wow, how she get her white looking so good? It's not. It's a little streaky. So I always just wait for it to dry and then I just go over it again. And if you're worried about like running your hand in it, you can kind of flip it over and do this. Especially things like this. Things like this have the wood grain and it's not like super sanded down where it's just real packed. So the paint pen will get into the little cracks of the grain. So going over it again just kind of helps soak that acrylic into the grain. And just know it's going to look like that a little bit. You know, all of our wood signs are MDF, so it's completely smooth and flat. And so I think the graphite paper works better on surfaces like that. Versus surfaces like this. And again, there's, you know, probably some sort of a coating or something on these signs that you purchase. So just know that. If your pens are acting funny, just know anything can happen. You know, anything can happen when you're lettering. It's not you. I mean, sometimes it might be you, but and I'll give a complete rundown of the graphite papers in the groups. Did some experimenting yesterday with them. So you just got to know that with the white, it's not ever going to look solid like the black does. Like there's always going to be a little bit of wood grain that you see through the marker. It's just the way it is. But I love these easy projects that you can get and just add your hand lettering to it. It just makes really good, unique home decor for you or to sell or whatever. Give as gifts. You know, if you don't have a way to cut out some signs or door hangers, you go to Hobby Lobby and buy some of these for, you know, $6.50 and bring them home and letter on them and sell them. I think these would be really cute, customized with people's names. Also, any kind of home decor that you can personalize for something different than what you can go out and buy in the stores. And you can make it say what you want it to say. Okay. I know what I'm doing is probably you guys can't even tell. Because from far away, it looks nice and bright and white. But if I end the live and I don't go back over it, then I may not get to it. I may not go back over it again. It's already time. I can't even believe it. On Saturday, it's already time to release um, new templates in the Happy Lettering Club. I feel like I just released these. Okay. One more S, and then we get the heart. And then I always just put some spray sealer over this. I'm just going to use a plate stand and put this in my kitchen on a little plate stand, I think. And if it doesn't look like I want it to look there, then I'm going to put it on my mantle, I think. But you could tie a string, not tie a string, glue some ribbon to the back and make a little hanging sign, or just prop it up on something. Okay, here we go. Isn't that so cute? I love it. So you can still see, let's see if I can show you. No, doesn't look like it too bad for you. But there is a little bit of wood grain still showing through, but not, let's see if you can see it from there. Yeah, see the difference? See what you're getting there in that camera view versus what you get here. This one up ahead makes me look better, but this is the reality of, painting with white. I just like to show y'all, you can still see the little stripes and the wood grain and all that, but you just got to let that part go and just know that it looks good from a little bit of a distance. It looks nice. And because you'll just drive yourself nuts trying to get the ink in those little cracks. Like you'll just have to keep going over it and over it and over it and over it. Still, you may not get it. So my camera just got blurry all of a sudden. Ooh. Yes, Leanne said it, but every time she goes to fix it, it gets worse, and she just has to leave it alone. Yes, because sometimes, like when you're going, why is that camera so blurry? Sometimes when you go over it, why is my camera blurry? When you go over it, like every time you start to go over it, it gets a little, like your letters might get a little fatter and a little fatter. So that's definitely a risk you run into. So I always tell people, like, if you can live with it, don't mess with it. I don't know why my camera is blurry. Heather said, you won't believe what I did yesterday. Had a big order, got in a hurry, and accidentally sprayed it with primer instead of a clear coat. Oh my goodness. Heather, that has happened. That's happened to one of the girls listening now, Trisha Moore. She made her Valentine's Day sign last year and sprayed it with a primer too. That is the worst. I don't know why my camera's blurry. That's worse. And oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Do not have primer around. Just don't have the primer around. Keep the primer away. Leanne made a porch leaner and got frustrated with it, and it's leaning in a corner behind the chair because of that. You can always paint over it, flip it over, start over. It's just, yeah. It just, hey, Marilyn, it just needs to, sometimes it's good when you just are struggling. Is my face blurry to y'all in y'all's view? I should look here. Sometimes when There we go. It's all clear now. Sometimes when we make something and you're staring at it for so long and you're getting frustrated and you think, oh my gosh, this looks terrible. You're picking it apart because we all do that to our own stuff. Sometimes it's best just to put it away, walk away from it, and then take another look at it in a day or two. And then you're like, oh, okay, that actually looks cute. It just sometimes we need a break from it. It gets frustrating when you're really working on something and it's just not going the way that you want. But just walk away from it. Put the baby down. Anyway, this looks really cute. I love the way it turns out. I'm going to use the spray sealer. I don't have any white primer anywhere near, so I will not be using that. I'm going to use a clear coat spray sealer on this, and then I'm going to put on like a plate stand. I think it's super cute. You could even like lean it, like sideways if you want, but then you can't really read it very well. But if you wanted to hang it up, you could just hot glue some ribbon here and then tie it up in a little bow. I think it'd be really cute if you did white and you did like a lacy white ribbon. Wouldn't that be so pretty with a big floppy bow? I think that would be so pretty. So did you ruin it, Heather? Did you have to how many signs? Was it just one sign? Tell us about it. Did you have to start over? Is there a primer for Van's Foods? I'm thinking that your autocorrect, maybe you change that because I don't know what Van's Foods is. So I'm thinking that you'll retype that maybe, Heather. You meant for things that food that's going to say. That I don't know. So I'm not going to use this for that. I don't know, Heather. I would not do any kind of spray primer for anything I was going to be putting food on. I wonder if you could do some sort of resin would be okay on it. I don't really know. I don't know. I just haven't ever tried that. I just take things that you're supposed to eat on and I paint on them, but I use them for signs. So, you had to start over. Oh my goodness. I know your autocorrect is going crazy. It's going to town, Heather. Now it's saying bipolar over 30, but you're saying over 30 signs and you had to start over. Is that what you're saying? Oh my word. Even if it wasn't over 30, even if it was one, starting over is heartbreaking. Please tell me that you didn't have to start over on 30 signs. Yeah, I'm sure you wanted to cry. I would have cried for sure. That is heartbreaking to say the least. I guess you just leave the primer on there and you just go ahead and paint on top of it. Get rid of that primer, girl. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. I don't keep primer around because oh, thank goodness it was the last. Oh, okay, good. I don't keep primer around because I just don't feel like it really does any good. I feel like I have to use the whole entire can just to make it white. So I don't use it because of that reason. Okay. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. This was fun. A little short video. It's gone now. Yes, get it out of there, girl. It ain't worth it. This was a short, quick project, but I just wanted to show you things that you could, everyday items that you could turn into cute little signs with templates. So again, this is a template from the Happy Lettering Club. If anybody's interested, go to happyletteringclub.com and you can come join the group. We do hand lettering on door hangers and signs and all kinds of things. Okay. Well, I will see you guys later. I'll see you back here next Wednesday. Okay. Y'all have a good rest of your week. Stay warm. Bye.